Okay, good morning, everybody. It's bright and early this morning. Getting ready to put some flat out in my tires, and I want to make sure the reveal is good all the way around. So what I usually like to do is pump the tires all the way up to see how the reveal sets. I was having a little bit of problem with the reveal on this side, from right here at this mark right here, down to this mark down here, and it wants to pull back a little bit back here. Could be from putting it on putting the tire on the rim or whatever. It just wants to naturally kind of sit off a little bit here. So we've took is a couple of little cinch straps. These are just little cinch straps here. You just put them around and just put them on there and just kind of get it in closer. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to put in some flat out and then go from there. And usually what this does is it helps this from standing off the reveal, standing off the bead lock, whatever you want to call it. It stands off a little too far. This is suck it up type. Give you a nice even reveal all the way around the tire. What that does is help the tire from hopping, from any shaking back and forth. And the straighter you can get this, the more true your wheel is going to run. Also, one thing to remember, these reflectors right here, they add 1 ounce to your tires. Now, this can be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. So you can leave them on. But if you notice, like if it's just a little bit out of round, you can move that reflector around and that gives you 1 ounce of weight towards one side of your tire. So it can actually help as a balancer. So you can kind of move it around to find your point. If you put these together, everything looks off and you're kind of wonky back and forth, what I suggest to do is to just let the air out, take the tire and turn it 180 degrees, fill it back up, and then see how it runs. Then if it's pretty good and there's not much movement to it, go ahead and fill up your tire. Make sure your wheel is really nice and everything. If that looks good, air back down, put flat out in, air it back up, check your reveal, make sure it's good. If your reveal is not good, let the air out. Go ahead and get yourself some cinch straps and cinch it back together and then fill it back up again. And then it pulls it up there tight. Then run your tire and it should be almost dead perfect. If there is a little hop or a little thing, that is standard on fat tire bikes, especially on a 26. They'll move around quite a bit. At that point, the next thing you can do is you can move your reflector around and you'll notice that 1 ounce in certain places of the tire will either make it better or make it worse. Go for the better spot. Once you get in a better spot, go rip it for 5,000 miles. So let's get into this. We're going to add some predetermined flat out here. And you can use the amount you want to use on these particularly. I only like using what I need. Since these are very thick tires, these are running inserts of heavy tubes, I will only be putting 8 ounces in this. If you don't think that's enough, then by all means, put in as much as you want to put in. But the more you put in, there might be some difficulties in that. But I'm just going to put in 8 ounces. You put in what you want to put in. Some people like 10, some people like 12, some people like 16 on a 26 by 4. You do you. Whatever you want to do, whatever works best for you, I have no problem with that whatsoever. You just do you. And as you can see, this stuff always goes in pretty easy. If you get one of the tubes and it's hard to put it in, you got one of those tubes that has like a little valve in it. What you have to do is just take your tube out of the bike, and that should give you, when you take the tube out of the bike, then what you can do at the valve, at the valve stem, take it out, and then when you're putting your flat out in, do it outside the tire with the tube. If you're having a problem putting it in, if it feels like it won't go in, and at the base of the stem, where it hits the actual tube, right behind that, pinch it, and then put your stuff in there. sometimes there's like a little baffle or something in there. I wouldn't know unless I cut one of these open to find out what was going on. And see how that's working for you. And we're sitting, we just need a tad more of this. We're just about where we want to be with this one. And hopefully another little squirt. I think that's going to do it right there. Go ahead and check my perfect. Okay, and we got plenty for the front. And so we'll button this up, and hopefully this will take care of everything. Then we can just go out and run it. Hopefully I'm just going to have a fun ride video today. And the little light you see coming in, I got a little headlamp on, and it just helps me see. So that's where that mysterious light's coming from. So we'll put our stem back in, and we have a little wrench here. We'll put him in. Then what we'll do is we'll just air up. We'll just air up slowly and see how things work. Hopefully everything goes good. Hopefully these little cinch straps will do their trick. And this is one thing too. When you're setting your tires, either have them off the bike, like laying sideways, and then fill them up. You just don't want anything pressing against the tire. Because if you have anything pushing against the tire, it'll throw it off. This way we're kind of manipulating it to kind of pull it in, since it has an inherent wants to pull out. And that was probably due to the fact of the spoons when you were getting in there. So it probably made a little bit of some type of crease or something. This always happens when you are really getting heavy on the spoons and things. It's nothing to worry about. You just have to snug it in there. Once it sits the bead, you're good to go. Yeah, so let's get to airing. I'm going to air these up kind of slow. We're going to air them up. We're going to air these up probably to around 5. So we'll turn this on, and we'll turn our unit down to we'll turn it down to about 5 psi, and then we'll check our reveal, and then we'll move it up from there. All right. Let's shoot about 5 in here and see what we got. Check and see how we're doing. Everything looks about on time here, so we're gonna go ahead and take this up to 10. 10. Staying good here. We're looking really good. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. It's holding in here really good. So it's at 8.5. So I'm gonna take it up some more. Let's see what about 18 looks like. Still looking good. Gonna go up to 25 now. Yeah, the reveal is looking good all the way around right now. Very, very good. And let's set it. Let's go all the way now. Take it up to max pressure. Set it really good there on the tire. Take it to 30 psi. So it says 30 psi. That's where we want it to be. And that's off. We're going to go ahead and put that on the ground for now. Let's see how we did. Let's get up here and look at it. Get you off this apparatus here. All right. So we're looking good. Try to get the light here to shine it on here too so we can see. Reveal is looking nice. All the way down and around. Over to this side. There's no bulgy spots. So now what we'll do is just remove the straps, and this tire's good to go. Yeah, take your time, take your time and get this done. I mean, little tiny cheap cinch straps. Just you get a bag of them for like $10, and they'll save you all headaches in the world. And always remember, when you're airing up your tires, get them off the ground. Because when they get on the ground, it pushes the tire in and it causes the reveal to be off. So whenever possible, just get gravity off your tires. And that, my friends, is how to get a nice solid reveal all the way around if one side's pulling out in a way. So hopefully you found this interesting. And if you want to see more things like this, just let us know and support our channel. Thanks so much, Wired Nation. Early morning get out. Stay wired.